Talking about the business of the Beatles, and this to me is fascinating. When they break up, all right, and who knows who broke? You know, everyone has a theory.
I know.
Who broke it up?
John.
John did.
Yeah.
And he tried to pin it all on you.
No, I don't think anyone tried to pin it on you. It just came out that way. That's a long story. But there was a meeting where John came in and said, "Hey guys, I'm leaving the group."
Right. He was with Yoko.
He'd found Yoko. And John loved strong women.
Yes.
His mother had been a strong woman. His auntie who brought him up had been a strong woman. And bless her, but his first wife wasn't. She'd once said to me, you know, all I want is a sort of a guy who wants a pipe and slippers.
Right.
Come
Stay
home and do that. And I thought, whoa, that's not John.
You got the wrong guy.
And so John had met up with Yoko, and even though we thought, oh, God, a bit intrusive, you know, she used to sit in on the recording sessions, and we'd never had anything like that.
Yeah.
But looking back on it, you think the guy was totally in love with her.
Yeah.
And, you know, you've just got to respect that. So we did, and I do.
Anything you say.
Anyway, she didn't split the Beatles because how could one girl split the Beatles or one woman? You know, the Beatles were drifting apart on their own. You know.
Can you remember when you realized that it was inevitable that you would split up?
No, first no. It's like saying, you know, did you remember falling in love? Not quite. You know, it just sort of happens.
How long was it fun?
Yeah, well, everything's fun off and on. You know. Mm-hmm. So I suppose it could have gone on being fun off and on, or it could have gone worse, I don't know. It's just that when you grow up, you know, we don't want to be the crazy gang, which they might know over here, which is British, or the Marx Brothers, which is sort of being dragged on stage playing She Loves You when we've got, you know, asthma and tuberculosis, and when we're 50, you know. Here they are again, yesterday, all my troubles. So a long time ago I said that I didn't want to be singing She Loves You when I'm 30. I said that when I was about 25 or something.
The circumstances of the killing, what happened?
I was sitting at the inside of the arch of the Dakota building, and it was dark, it was windy. Jose, the doorman, was out along the sidewalk. And here's another odd thing that happened. I was at an angle where I could see Central Park West and 72nd, and I see this limousine pull up. And as you know, there's probably hundreds of limousines that turn up Central Park West in the evening, but I knew that was his. And I said, this is it. And I stood up, the limousine pulled up, the door opened, the rear left door opened, Yoko got out. John was far behind, say 20 feet, when he got out. I nodded to Yoko when she walked by me.
She nod back?
No, she didn't. And I don't mean to be so clinical about this, but I've told it a number of times. I hope you understand. John came out, and he looked at me, and I think he recognized, here's the fella that I signed the album earlier. And he walked past me. I took 5 steps toward the street, turned, withdrew my Charter Arms 38, and fired 5 shots into his back.
Had been waiting for hours.
He died in the emergency room at Roosevelt Hospital.